Hello and welcome back to another episode of the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Podcast. My name is Andrew Laird, Senior Soccer Editor of RotoWire. Joined on this Sunday, October 25th, by Luis Pacheco to talk about Tuesday's Champions League slate in one of the biggest surprises in the history of daily fantasy sports. DraftKings has given us Champions League pricing ahead of time. And we thought, how do we not just podcast and take advantage of this? Even though we have no updates from managers after the weekend games, and there could be huge injuries that completely alter the slate. But we said, you know what? We're just going to go for it anyway, as a thank you to DraftKings for actually giving us some prices early. Luis, welcome back.
Exactly, man. Yeah, no, I'm glad to be here. It's I wish they would do the same with Wednesday slate too. We were talking on Twitter the other time. I know that I heard a podcast you were talking to Burnback, to Matt, and he said the soccer community is the loudest. So when I think the loudest, have to be Skylar and me. I don't know what else. Well, maybe sometimes Sean complains, PCU fans, but overall, it's the dropping prices, for last week from Tuesday to Wednesday. It's just no time to make any good content. Now they give you plenty of time, and there's tickets as well. So, but we're doing earlier, so we get it out of the way, and
Yeah, hopefully we get people excited so that they have time to digest all the content that's out there and actually make some lineups for Tuesday. We talked before very briefly. The pricing for Tuesday feels soft. I wouldn't say you can make any lineup you want, but it's more, if there are certain guys you want, you'll be able to get them. You just can't get everybody. And so I think the benefit of that is you'll be able to, like I said, you get the guys that you want, and then, hopefully those stands that you take work out. But there were some very puzzling salaries on this slate. It seems like they might be... I actually can't even figure out exactly why certain guys are priced. The biggest one that jumped out at me, and it's two guys who aren't even going to play, but it's just funny to see Gabriel Jesus at 10,300 and Sergio Aguero at 7,700, especially because Jesus has been out for weeks and Aguero has been playing. But I guess that recent, who knows? But what do you think of this?
I don't know. Sometimes you can guess what the algorithm is doing. Here I guess it's just, if for what I understand, they only use the previous data from the same competition.
Right.
Unless they don't have it, and I guess they use other data. So I don't know if there is a criteria. So maybe Gabriel Jesus, he have 18 points on average. So maybe because he did pretty well in the last Champions League game. And that's the reason he's the most expensive one. And they never drop the points of those players, right? So
it's an odd one. But to run through the slate quickly, it's obviously 6 games like we're used to having. The biggest favorite is Liverpool at home against Midtjylland. They're gigantic favorites with the highest implied total. And we'll get to all of their players in a second, but they all seem exceptionally underpriced. We've got Man City away to Marseille, Atletico Madrid, who, for those who are watching this on YouTube, can see you came prepared again. Those on the audio podcast, Luis is obviously sporting another Atletico Madrid shirt. Then we have Porto at home against Olympiacos, Ajax away to Atalanta. That game... it actually has the highest total on the slate. It's one of the closer games, but it's Atalanta's favorite, obviously, because they're at home. And then we have Real Madrid favored away to Gladbach. But pretty much all of the games should, at least the 3 games, Liverpool, Man City, Atalanta should have goals. Porto Olympiacos has the lowest total on the slate. And then obviously, I'm not sure Atletico Madrid has ever been in a game with a total of 3 goals. So they're just above that one. So, these Liverpool prices, we can just jump right into forward only because it seems like that's where everyone is going to go. Mohamed Salah is 8,700, which makes him the sixth, I think, sixth highest priced forward. That includes Jesus, so let's call him the fifth highest. Like, it just makes no sense.
It is like it's very cheap for Liverpool. I guess, the odds didn't factor as much, I guess, when the other, as you mentioned, like the over-unders are so close to each other that they might not have factored as much. And but we saw what Atalanta did to Midtjylland in Midtjylland. But Atalanta's a team that attacks all the time. Received a lot of goals too. Liverpool is being a little bit more cerebral. So last match against Ajax, but playing at home in Champions League, I mean, my only hope is that we might get Shaqiri or Diogo Jota instead of like the big guns, because that would be fun to make. I mean, you can still make a full Liverpool stack with Salah, Mane, which I'm totally okay with doing, because if there are not many floor plays at forward. I mean, you can say that Riyad Mahrez, but Manchester City is not looking good, and it's away from home. I mean, I didn't like Marseille. I was very disappointed with Marseille, but Manchester City seems to be fighting their own demons. So, playing.
They've got De Bruyne back though, so like I just feel like they're just so different when he's there.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. De Bruyne is going to be bad, but I don't know if he's going to play straight up. And then you have Mahrez sharing the set piece duty with Gundogan. Also, Aguero got a hamstring pop, I think, or something like that. Something
not good.
I mean, it's just like he's been 4 months out, and then you just put it 2-3 games in a row like a rented horse, and it's like they don't want anyone else. So so my point with the implication is like, if they put Mahrez as a false nine, I mean, he didn't look comfortable the other day. So so I mean, Mahrez is cheap. It might be a decent floor play. But when you can get Salah at over, I don't have the scoring odds for me, but I'm sure they're over 60-70%. So
I was just reading. He's at 69%.
Yeah, that's something like that. I would expect something like that.
Yeah.
Mane rested. I'm not sure if he's fine or not, but Mane, it's not a bad place. He's at 8,400. So. So that is going to be a Liverpool stack is going to be popular, so we know that, especially Salah, Mane. If we get Jota or Shaqiri, I mean,
Jota played yesterday, so they
he scored too,
they switched up that lineup a little bit, which sounds like a lot of Liverpool supporters were hoping for, but they just, you have to figure that everyone else, every other forward, and we'll get to the defenders in a little bit, but we're just going to see some lower ownership percentages just because so many people are looking. And it's not to say that Liverpool is like the wrong play. Obviously, they're huge favorites, but like if everybody's going there, the one guy I wrote up, which for full disclosure, I haven't even posted yet since it's still Sunday, but Zapata against Ajax is like, he's expensive. He's 9,100. But that game has the highest total. I think he has the third highest goal odds on the slate. Like, are people going to play him if they can play Salah, Mane, Mahrez, Sterling? Even you could convince yourself on the Real Madrid guys if you think those guys are good. Like, I don't know where Zapata fits in with all of those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking that the forward position as itself, it is not. I mean, there are so many goals on this league supposedly, right? Yeah. And I mean, it's been crazy, like since like the Champions League, since they did their bubble on Lisbon. I mean, it's been a lot of goals per match. I mean, usually it used to be like 2-3 years ago that you will put defenders on the utility, because the games were low scoring, everybody was testing each other, and you will get like just the crossers, right? Now it's like, I mean, if you didn't stack Atalanta the previous match day, you probably didn't make any money, even if you have, I mean, all the other players. Sure. But so you got Lukaku with 2 goals, so stuff like that. So it seems you need to look for goals. So I'm okay with Liverpool goals. I'm a little bit afraid that this new Liverpool looks more cerebral. It's not the back and forth they used to do. So it might be they score 1-2 goals and then it's time to rest these guys, or maybe they even have to, I believe that they're gonna have to start resting TAA and Robertson sometime soon, maybe this match. I think it's too early. Klopp probably want to secure the points before getting Chimikas and Neko Williams on the slate, or maybe even Sheridan Shaqiri, which I didn't know was still playing. So he's been a while. I was very surprised. So, but then so let's say you have the Liverpool guys, the Atalanta guys, also attractive. As a floor play, so Ilicic is back to play. He finished the game. He's not taking set pieces, but he have like 6-7 shots.
Yeah.
And at 9,800 he might be expensive, but you can totally. He seems to be a guy with an excellent floor. So any of those high price guys, Atalanta guys, is fine for me. I don't know which one to go or not. My favorite, mid-price plays is Luis Diaz. Colombian guy, plays for Porto. Sometimes takes some set pieces, sometimes doesn't. But I saw the highlights against Manchester City, and he looked good. Overall, he's like a good play. Porto needs to win at home. You got a guy that for 7,400 can give you as many goals as Zapata. I know that I'm exaggerating here, but it's not a bad play. Tadic has some set pieces now. 7,500. If you go from Zapata to Tadic, for example, or let's say for Salah to Tadic, those 1,500 have to worth something.
Yeah.
So, I'd rather stay with Salah, but I don't mind trading Mane for Luis Diaz or one or the other. Whatever you don't play, the ones that have the hat trick, right? So, yeah. Then I also feel that Joao Felix at 6,700 and Luis Suarez at 7,200 are decently priced. Not just because of Atletico. Atletico didn't play that bad in Munich. I watched the game and we had some chances, but it's Bayern Munich these days like a machine of,
just too good.
It's like nothing. Nothing we have seen. So we got 4 goals, but Joao Felix was decent. And now Luis Suarez. We get a Salzburg team that was very weak against a very very underwhelming Lokomotiv team. So I love Jesse March at all, but his defense looks a little bit weak, and you have Luis Suarez, which is older, but Luis Suarez, with the space to play in the box, is a guy that can give you shots.
Yeah, he'll finish
for 7,200. I couldn't find the scoring odds for that match yet, but I will believe that Luis Suarez should be over 50%. I don't know if you have them there.
No, I don't think they've come out yet.
Yeah, they don't have it yet, those odds for that match. I think they are waiting for season injuries. And John Felix is 6,700. Again, it's a match that Atletico seems a little bit underpriced, and if you, as a pivot from the Atalanta guys, from Maris and Ilicic, if you want floor, or for Liverpool, it's not a bad play. So again, forward seems a little bit spread out. Pick the ones you like the most. I will believe that Salah Mane is going to be a popular pick because you can do it. So,
what do you think about the Madrid match, Madrid Gladbach?
I don't like the Madrid forwards. Honestly, to you, I think Madrid seems to be in a transition. I know Hazard makes the team. I just read that.
Yeah.
So I like Karim Benzema, but Benzema at that price, he doesn't have penalty kit, so you need something more than that for Benzema. And Borussia is not a bad team. We're talking about a Bundesliga team. So
I was going to say, I actually brought them up more for them than for Madrid. Thuram is fairly cheap.
Yeah.
They're all in the kind of low 6,000 range, I think.
Yeah, I know. I saw those for Borussia, but my point and that's what the reason they only talk about Atletico. When you get the guys at 6,000, well, why don't you play Joao Felix, right?
Okay.
So it's like you can do it. As Dan Cooper says, you can play whoever you want, especially on GPP. But if you have to make if you only have one more spot to go, and I have a decision between Alassane Plea or Turan or
right.
or I will go Joao Felix over those guys. But that's me, like I'm not sure if
That's fair.
anyone can do that. Yeah, I think so. I think. Let me see if there is anyone. Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone cheap enough. I mean, I saw Angel Correa, which I'm not sure. I don't think he's gonna play, but if he does, for 4,300. But
I think
I feel going that cheap at forward is a mistake.
Yeah, I think the only guys down there that you could look at, David Neres for Ajax at 4,600 is.
Yeah,
I mean,
plays.
they're just punts at this point. I can't ignore Lacina Traore had 5 goals this past weekend.
Oh wow!
They beat Triple V Venlo 13-0.
Yeah, nice. 13-0. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, 13. And they're like a mid-table Eredivisie side, so that's like a ridiculously shocking result. Like I don't think anybody would expect Liverpool to beat Southampton or anybody 13-0, let alone. So but Traore had 5 goals on 9 shots. Maybe that's enough to get him another start. And at 4,200 in the game with the highest total, I don't think that's. I mean, I'm certainly not playing that in cash, but it's there if you really want it.
I mean, Roberto Firmino is score a goal. I guess you can go that low. I mean, Thiago is a forward at 5,200, so I'm not sure you can do that. I mean, it's like it's I feel that rather go with somebody safer. I mean, definitely sure. Ajax and definitely Atalanta is team that is conceding a lot of goals lately. I mean, they just lost 3-1 and they lost to Napoli, so they are.
Yep.
I mean, it's a team that has an identity, the attacking identity, and they have some mistakes, and so we know there are going to be goals, but it's who is going to score them, because I guess Quincy Prom is going to play, Anthony might play. I don't know who is going to play there, but I mean, for me, that range, I guess you can get Firmino. Yeah, I'm afraid play against Real Madrid. I will avoid that game, even for GPP. I'd rather go play the Ajax guy, whatever Ajax guys are.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So I feel that if you're going to go that low, I mean, at least give it to Atletico, not because it's my team. It's just it's a home match, and Atletico needs to win it. So and actually Atletico needs goals now, considering that. Well, who knows how many goals Bayern Munich is going to score.
That's true. Yeah. The problem with paying up for both forwards is the midfielder. There are some very expensive midfielders that are very, very good. Yeah.
Have to compromise.
Obviously, I think De Bruyne will start. He came off the bench this past weekend, and with no Aguero, I think they just need him back in. Yeah. He's 10,900 though. You also have Papu Gomez at 9,300 in that game against Ajax. He was awesome last week. He had 19.8 fantasy points without a goal or an assist.
Yep.
I don't think it's a Matthew Valbuena day, only because you have I don't know why you pay 9,200 for him and not
he's tough.
Over Papu, but he's there.
Yeah.
And Jonas Hoffman's in a lower tier than those guys, but at 8,300, I don't know why you would go there either. Yeah. But can you pick one between De Bruyne and Papu Gomez?
Yeah, I will pick Papu Gomez.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, as much as I like Kevin De Bruyne, and it's just a matter of, I'm just afraid of I know what Atalanta is gonna try to do. They're not slowing down. Right. I am not sure what Manchester City is gonna do.
Okay.
As I say, I watched the West Ham match. I mean, I know that without Kevin De Bruyne it's not the same, but even when Kevin De Bruyne was in there, I feel that Pep is fighting the transitions. Like, the team looks disorganized for a Guardiola team.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, guys, this is Champions League. We won. I mean, that might be biased, but Pep is always conservative away from home. I'm gonna say, Marseille wasn't a team that impressed me away from home, but like Rudy Garcia is always a good defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you want to try to play both, but if I had to play one or the other, I will take the almost $2,000 in relief and play Papu Gomez. So it's just a matter of like, like those 2,000 can give you somebody good on other side. So
Rudy Garcia is at Lyon, not Marseille.
Sorry, yeah, it's.
I get them mixed up all the time, but it's AVB.
Oh, that's right. Villas Boas is now there.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so funny. I get them mixed up all the time.
Me too.
Oh, they're players, the team, everything.
Yep.
But I don't know. That doesn't change much for me either. But
no, it's all right. Villas Boas actually he was a good coach on defense. Kind of like the Mourinho never made it to the level of Mourinho. But,
that's right.
Joseph, but
that's right.
But like I agree with you. I think that the top three midfielders, I mean, that are gonna play on the slate. I mean, if KDB stars, Papu Gomez and Balbuena the three are excellent, decent floor plays.
Yep.
The problem with them is like you're not gonna get the Liverpool guys, or you're gonna have to play center backs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if you can even play center backs with that. And then it's a drop, right? Like Jonah Hausmann is decent player, but I don't want anything against Real Madrid. Dominic Szoboszlai against Atletico, I won't play him.
I was gonna say I was dying to play him, and then I saw who they were playing, and I was like, all right, next slate I'll get him, whoever they play.
Toni Kroos and Corona seems fairly priced for their roles in their teams, in their favorite teams. So, I mean, I'm not sure Balbuena is going to score more points than Cruz, maybe. I mean, it seems safer. But Real Madrid needs to win, so we need to see it. Real Madrid concedes a goal, they cross a lot, and Cruz crosses, right, or cross crosses. I don't know.
I like Cruz a lot, actually.
Yeah, I do like Cruz. I'm gonna skip over the Marseille guys. I mean, Thauvin and Payet. They are decently priced, but against Man City, they didn't do pretty well against Olympiacos. So, I mean, I'm not even going to trust them. And they need to show up first, too, for me to trust them back.
Payet started really well. I remember because I ended up fading him, and I think he had 6 points in the first 10 minutes. And then I was like, man, this is just killer. And then he pretty much didn't do anything the rest of the game.
Yeah. There's nothing else. And then, so then it's like, all right, so then you got the cheaper guy. So I like Carrasco. I think Carrasco looked pretty good. In fact, he looks the only Atletico guy that can make a difference. They rack up the price though, but it's still affordable. For 5,200, I'd rather play Carrasco than Firmino if he starts, which I think he is going to.
I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I think I've seen Atletico is going to play the same team they play in Munich. Mm-hmm. Maybe instead of Llorente, it might be Correa, but it's going to be same team, I feel. Yeah, because everything else stays the same. So Carrasco at that price is a decent play. I mean, it might be a decent pivot. I mean, the only problem that Atletico has is like the playing time is not going to be 90 minutes, not going to be even close to 90. You hope for 65, 70.
He played 90 last week.
That's true, right? Yeah. So
which I guess guarantees that he doesn't play it now.
Yeah, who knows, right? Well, he came from the bench on the weekend, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then so at the bottom part, I mean, definitely, I think the Atletico guys are good even without set pieces, like Koke for 4,000. Even without set pieces, we're talking about a guy that, if you need salary to pay for someone else, you can go down there. I mean, I'd rather play Koke without sets than Sergio Oliveira, but Sergio Oliveira is a guy you can play too. There is the Ajax guy at 4,000 that took some set piece of Gravenberch or Gravenberch.
Yep.
Or Gravenberch.
Gravenberch, yeah.
Gravenberch. All right, I like Gravenberch.
Yeah.
I definitely like Sergio Oliveira. I mean, again, I'm biased, and
I was gonna say I don't think anybody who wasn't wearing your shirt would mention Koke without set pieces.
Well, I mean, if you go to RotoWire and look at the log from yesterday, I mean, he scored 10 points without set pieces. So, and if he plays, I mean, it's just a matter of, if he plays in the middle, he have a less upside. But then, they brought another midfielder with Torreira, De Boer Herrera, he moved to the wing. So when he moves to the wing, he have more opportunities. If Carrasco doesn't play, he will definitely have some corner kicks. And again, 4,000 for a guy then, averages the last 4 matches 6 points without sets. So, it's not like, the upside is not there. Like maybe somebody else have more upside. Like probably Marcos Llorente usually have more upside, but a lower floor. And also, you got to understand that you're looking here. You're like diving inside the dumpster, right? I guess that's another Cooper's reference, right? But under 4,000, I mean, what can you get? I mean, you need 2 midfielders, right? Well, you can play the 2 expensive midfielders and then go with a cheap defender. But if you need the money for the forwards, you can definitely do worse than Koke, I think.
I don't think he's going to start, but can you at least agree that Thomas Lemar is not the play at 3,400?
No, I wish he was.
Man, I
wish he was. He looked horrible again. Poor guy. He gets so many opportunities, and I play him on my interleague slate, and I was pretty excited, and then he
2,900, wasn't
45 minutes. Yeah, 2,900. 45 minutes, and he got me 3 points. I wish I had played someone else like Marcos Llorente, but it is what it is,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bottom doesn't have much. I mean, that's why these guys are at the bottom, but I think it only just emphasizes the importance of those expensive guys. The problem is, so that's what I was saying before, the pricing is soft in that you can get, you don't have to pay 11.5 for Salah or whatever it is. But it's almost like there are so many guys that you want to play who are slightly underpriced that you actually are now giving up on some of them just because you can't. They're all expensive together, and so you can't necessarily get them all that you want. But
it's tough. If you go Salah, saying Salah, who else? Let's go Mane or Mahrez, I guess. Let's go Mane, right? And then you got Pablo Gomez.
This is definitely a Koke lineup.
Yeah, that's a tough one because you had Gomez, and if you want to play, say bye to Kevin De Bruyne, right?
Yeah, there's no way you can play him.
You need to, So the salary is soft, but you have to make tough decisions somewhere. And I'm going to be honest to you, I know that the Liverpool fullbacks are dependable, but this is a match that when the odds are so lopsided. I mean, you see teams scoring goals, and then it's like, hey, I don't have to cross anymore, so just chill out. But I don't know if and also you can have similar performances for cheaper, right? I mean, at least I think you could.
I'd love to hear.
So maybe, for example, obviously, Robertson and TAA, they both take set pieces, huge favorite. For 6,500, I mean, I'd rather play Robertson or TAA than Toni Kroos, to be honest. I mean, Toni Kroos is in the mix too, but they are, similar. I mean, it will be Alisson is back, so clean sheets are secure, I guess, instead of Adrian. I like Adrian, but he always score. I think they finally got a clean sheet this weekend. I don't remember. They lost.
It was a penalty. It was a ridiculous penalty decision that sent Alisson the wrong way.
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk is bad. But all right, anyhow, but obviously those two, top of the line.
Yeah.
Again, if you want them and you want Gomez and KDB, you're gonna have to go play cheap forwards, right?
Yep.
And so I feel like, for example, I'd rather pay for Renan Lodi, 4,700 than to pay for TAA or Robbo or Robertson. In my opinion, I feel that
that's playing one of them and Lodi or fading both of them.
No, I'd rather play Lodi than Dan for the salary reliefs. I think that Lodi at 4,700 is an excellent price.
Okay.
Unless Atletico is a disaster. So he also have a decent game against Bayern, which is. I mean, it's not surprising, but he had 7-8 points, I think.
Yeah, 6 crosses, 4 tackles, 1.
Yeah, I don't remember now, but I know it was decent. Same with Trippier, but Trippier, I mean, I don't know. Trippier is more expensive, so for 4,700 you have him. Um, you can go and get some cheaper guys like Rafinha Olympiacos 4,000. He used to play for Bayern. I don't know if you remember the
Yep.
guy. Hero miss, but for 4,000, 6 points doesn't sound bad. I really like Sadio Sanusi, which is he's the Nigerian guy, left back from Porto. He's 2,900, so it's a great utility play as well. I think he had like decent amount of point against Man City. Is his name Sanusi? I'm saying it right? Yeah, Sadio Sanusi, right? Yeah, so he had 7 points against Man City. I for 2,900 favor at home. I mean, that would be my util. That would be the cheapest guy.
That's really cheap.
Yeah, it is cheap, right? So it's kind of like, if you go. So I think I'm gonna play him no matter what, because I need somebody cheap that can guarantee me some points.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I have 2 more spot for defenders, so who are gonna play? So I really like the Liverpool guys for sure.
Yeah.
I just is the compromise from Koke to Carrasco what you want to do, or for Cruz to Payet? So it's kind of, I mean, like, or maybe from let's say Salah to Joao Felix. So it's a compromise on one side or the other. So only you can make the decision, right? So, yeah.
It does feel a little weird to, like we were saying, like everybody feels a little underpriced, but here we are like, well, you actually can't play all of them together.
So there's cheap defenders. Obviously, there's the people that play Sergio Ramos. Then he always scored a PK, right? And I was hopeful that Mojica might play some time, but he was terrible this weekend. He was subbed. So so Mojica for 2,500, it would be nice to have it. I don't know how much. There's only one cheaper here. I didn't write down anyone. Masraoui is not bad, I guess, for 3,800.
Yeah.
If he plays, the Ajax guys like Lisandro Martinez, all those guys, all the Latin American crowd, and play whatever they play in the field. They don't play defenders, but they're still defenders, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind those guys.
The
I
Ajax
don't know.
guys
What
are
about?
a little expensive.
Yeah, I'm not sure Marcelo is going to play. Well, Marcelo might have to play because I think Real Madrid lost the Nacho on the weekend, so there's no right backs anymore. Well, they might play Lucas Vazquez there, but Marcelo, as a fantasy wise, look amazing. As a soccer wise, look terrible.
He's
terrible. It was like, oh my god, what happened to this guy?
Yeah. Well, Mendy played.
But in fantasy is good. Yeah.
Mendy played right back last against Shakhtar, so.
Yeah, I guess
they
might
could do that. I guess.
Yeah, they could do Marcelo and Mendy, but I feel it's gonna be, I don't know. I'm Marcelo against those fast guys for Borussia. I'm not sure if Zidane gonna do that, but we'll see. Maybe he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marcelo, decent play, pricey, obviously. Anyone else you like here? I think defender. You either play the Liverpool guys. I like Lodi. Don't mind playing Trippier. I will definitely like Sanusi because he's cheap. We need salary relief somewhere. So
yeah, Sanusi. That's a nice.
That's
a nice call. He'll probably be popular if he does start. That's an odd price for a fullback who had a decent game against Man City and they're favored at home. But yeah, I feel like all of the guys in the top, Marcelo, Trippier, it's probably just the two of them. Like if you're going to consider them. Like for 300 more, you get TAA, and so
yeah, exactly. That's the right.
I do wonder how many people just go full Liverpool onslaught with Salah, Robertson, and TAA, and just forget about Mane, and forget about Firmino or anyone else. That I guess if Jota starts, that gives a little more of a wrinkle, but I don't know. They should smash Midtjylland, so like.
Yeah, you expect that. You expect that. So it's just a matter of who smashes more of everybody, right? And then you get the right smashers.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but there's like, I have no interest in anybody from Salzburg. And and I probably skip the Madrid Gladbach match except for Cruz, and I don't even know if I can fit him in.
I just the pricing is gonna be complicated if you want to do the so
it's it's gonna be a tough slate, even though we can kind of play whoever we really want to play. I don't know.
It's gonna be tough because if I say if you go Salah, Mane, let's say you play Papu Gomez, then the Liverpool defenders, you go with a cheap UTL, gonna put Sanusi, you have 4,300 for midfielder if you pick the cheapest goalkeeper. So
there's
you either play so that's it right there. You tuck yourself into Coke, or you can. I mean, Oliveira. I guess Oliveira is not bad, or I don't know who else is going to be in that range, but I like Coke. I like. I think Atletico is playing well, and I feel that against Salzburg, I mean we need to attack. So I mean I just afraid of. I mean I like Carrasco. I'm afraid of the minutes. I like Suarez. Is scary, but we'll see, man.
What do you think about goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper, let me look at the prices because I haven't looked at it. So I don't mind playing the Midtjylland guy. I don't know how many points he got against Atalanta.
He got a ton. 16.3. No, I'm sorry. That was no. That's not right. That was at their last one. I think he had 8 though.
He got a lot of points, right? I remember you tweeting about Vicente Guaita and Areola, and it's like Areola got more points than Guaita after losing the game. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, let's see. So he only had 4 points last week, Hansen, despite giving up 4 goals.
Yeah, 4 points is not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, I like Midtjylland guy better than Mandanda, for example. Just I'm super afraid of
You were just saying Man City's struggling now.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to buy right into it?
I mean, struggling. I play Mandanda on Olympiacos, and they got 1 save. So it's like, if you're not going to get any save, and he's going to lose 1-0.
That's fair.
I feel probably Jose Sa might be the revenge game, too, right?
Ooh.
It is a revenge game.
Look at that. A revenge goalkeeper game. That's just what the people come for.
Game. Yeah. Jose Sa, I mean, I don't know, you probably don't remember, but he was starting when Iker Casillas was in bad shape when he was sub. And then for some reason, something happened and Casillas went back to being the starter, and they shipped him back to Olympiacos. It's kind of like this guy was the goalkeeper of top 1 team in Portugal, and all of a sudden he goes out of the lineup and goes to a Greek league. I'm sure he's so sour about that. I will be, it's like, damn, like seriously, what happened? What happened with my career?
That's a narrative I will definitely buy into. Let me plug him right in here.
So also think I mean, when I saw, that's the reason I like Luis Diaz, because I mean, seeing that Porto is the tier highest favorite according to whatever book they are doing. I mean, I'm surprised it's not Atletico, but it's Porto. It's like, well, maybe instead of going to Mane, you can go. I really like Luis Diaz, so maybe you get one of the. I don't know if there is a cheap Porto forward that plays, but do we have Marega in here?
Yeah, Marega maybe.
Yeah, I don't know who started this week, and I didn't look at it.
Oh, he's 8,100 though.
Oh damn! Yeah,
Sheesh.
no. I
They're
definitely
onto
like.
us.
I definitely like Luis Diaz. I think he has some floor. And we'll see, don't take it against me, but I see him taking some set pieces. So, it's a tough, I mean, they have 1 corner.
Right.
So, it's like kind of, you cannot see a trend. And, I see it in Sofa, and I see Corona, when you click on the heat map, and, Danny Gonzalez told me, Durfan24 taught me this. You want to see who's taking corners, you go to the heat map.
Oh, on SofaScore, as long as there's a little yellow in the corner.
Yeah, because I mean, if I don't have any other place to go look for the Portugal stats anymore, so that's the only way to do it. So anyhow, I mean,
that's it.
Tweak your lineup, and compromise. Hopefully you get it right.
Yeah, that's Champions League in a nutshell.
I know
right
you
there,
you almost won last time, which is sad, because those are the ones that hurt.
That was the who did I play? Oh, Olivier instead of Carrasco, and 1v1, and that was it.
Yeah,
well.
Then,
it happens. Anyone has any follow for Luis? You can find him on Twitter at Pacheco. You can find me at RotoWire Andrew. Also available in the RotoWire Discord, which is open for all subscribers. Just go to rotowire.com/chat. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you wouldn't take a moment to hit the like button there, if you actually did like it. I feel like you had to have if you've gotten this far into the podcast. Also, there's a nice big subscribe button there. If you could click that, it helps us quite a bit. And if you're listening on our regular audio podcast, if you could just rate and review it wherever you listen, that would be greatly appreciated. Luis, thank you for that, and good luck this week.
Good luck.